So we have in our chassis cab lineup a 3500 like you see here today. We also have a 4500 and a 5500. This Class 3 chassis cab comes in a configuration that's limited with single rear wheel to a 10,000 GVW, and that helps that small business avoid some of the regulatory requirements that come north of 10,000. But we offer that same single rear wheel configuration and higher ratings as well. And with dual rear wheel in the 3500, we go up to 14,000 GVW. And then with the 5500, we go up to 19,500 pounds of GVW, which is the Class 5 maximum that we can go to. And that's available with our Cummins diesel engine. So the two powertrains that we have available in this are the 6.4 liter Hemi engine and the Cummins diesel. We have best-in-class PTO capability. Number one, because of configurations. We offer right and left-hand side PTO on both 4x2 and 4x4 configurations. That's new for 2017. We also have best-in-class PTO horsepower, so you can drive whatever type equipment you need to. The diesel engine here in the chassis cab, the Cummins diesel, has a 15,000 mile oil change interval. So we're keeping that guy on the road longer, and he's got more uptime between maintenance intervals to keep that vehicle moving. So we really try to build in that capability. One of the other thing that's important on chassis cabs is the upfitability. So how easy is it to put an upfit on this vehicle? We do a number of things to make that job a lot easier. First off, from a physical standpoint, we make the chassis cab able to accept all standard upfits. So we start off with straight flat frame rails, 34 inches apart, industry standard. We have industry standard cab to axle measurements. This one happens to be a 60 CA on this vehicle. And that's important because obviously some of these upfits have cutouts for wheels. We got to be able to accept them without having a gap or anything to fill. So standard frame rails, standard cab to axle measurements, those things are all important. We have 50,000 PSI steel on all of the upfit area. When we have a diesel engine, we have the urea fill located here outside of the upfit zone, and that allows the upfitter to not have to touch that at all. Some of our competitors require relocation of that in almost every upfit situation. You'll see the fuel fill back here. The fuel fill tube passes through the frame rail. Again, the upfitter doesn't have to move it or mess with it. The other thing that upfitters have to worry about is compatibility with our electrical architecture. So we've had a world-class system in place for a couple of years that make that very easy. We provide standard 5 upfitter switches right on the dash, which are fully customizable. They can tap into each one of them however they want, and they're also programmable to be latchable or not latchable. And what I mean by that is I can turn them on and turn them off via the switch, and I can also set them to remember the last known state when I turn the ignition off and turn it back on, or they can all go back to a default state. So that's all programmable for them. We also offer an upfitter interface module or a VISM module that has over 60 inputs and outputs for that upfitter to be able to link to. So you can think of in an ambulance upfit, we can manage door ajar. We can manage, the upfitter can look at gear position, they can manage, look at brake pedal position and those types of things without splicing into any wires, and therefore avoiding any quality problems down the road from workmanship and those types of things. So we make this vehicle the most friendly to upfit on the road. It's also incredibly capable with Class Maximum, and Class Maximum GVWs that we have on each of our classes, and then we try to make sure that we're delivering a very efficient vehicle to the end user as well. So the number of configurations of these vehicles that are available is immense. And again, just like I said earlier, the number of end-use configurations is equal to the number of different vocations of customers that are going to use these types of vehicles.